Hey guys, Steven Rock here, and today we're going to be reviewing the Sparkdoll Gavadon figure. Now, to my surprise, once I last did a review, which was the review on the Mazer tank, my bad, I realized I made that mistake in, after the review came out, but once I had realized that, there was more Sparkdolls to review. Now, I'm not entirely sure how many exactly in terms of, numbers and all, but I did recognize that I didn't have this Gavadon Sparkdoll, and it was not on the shelf with my other Sparkdolls, so that's probably why I didn't remember to review this guy. But here he is, Gavadon Sparkdoll. I could be pronouncing that name wrong, sorry for that. However, in any case, let's get right into reviewing this guy. So let's start out with the pros about this figure. Now, one of the first pros, in my opinion, is the paint job. In my opinion, the paint job on this guy is actually really good for many reasons. It's done very well, I meant. For many reasons. One being that the overall colors, I'd like to say, are around 6, maybe 5, if I didn't count that correctly. You have this nice blue color here, which I wish kind of camouflaged under here, but I might put that as a con, we'll see. You have the red lips that really kind of stand out. That red color's really good. His face really isn't, that, pretty though, I must say. Yeah, so those are the eyes. The white coloring for the eyes and the teeth are very well done. And you also see that this is also not really just the same color as the generic color. It's more orange-like. And so, yeah, another thing I like about the paint is that although you still have pretty much the same genre of coloring over here, you could see that they did a really good job, at least when you could see the seal come down as it fades into the other, colors and all. So this fades into a lighter, I guess, I don't really know what this color is to begin with. I guess it's a really light brown, but at this point it's pretty much like a brown mixed with a white down here. I like the way they change the color as it goes down. So yeah, that being said, let's go on with the next thing I like about this figure. So the next thing I like about this figure, which I'd like to say is very close to being just as good as the paint job, is the detail. Now the detail on this guy is quite good. Like I said, the reason why I didn't say it was better than the paint job is because the detail on this isn't so noticeable, but in terms of credit to the detail, I think I really noticed that the detail was good around the teeth here. How you could really see the lines made with the teeth. That's really good. Sometimes they just literally slap like a white coloring in the mouth, making it seem like teeth, but they were actually detailed enough to show individual teeth, and that was really creative. Another thing I like about this detail, is that these little dots here, you could feel them. They pull, you could feel them really nice. They're very noticeable, and they don't really paint. They're not painted with the rest of the figure. They actually kind of stick out and are really good with detail. Same goes for these pyramid-like things sticking out of his body. These I guess they're pretty much scales. I don't know if I'd really call them that, but whatever. These scales also on the other side of the figure right here. And detail in terms of the lining here with the back, this flappy part of his back, I guess it's supposed to resemble. And yeah, that's pretty much why I think detail isn't exactly the best thing I like about this figure, but it's certainly a really good point to look at. So with that being said, let's get into the cons about this figure. So, the cons of this figure are simply two things about this figure that I genuinely have an issue with. The first con is that there is a very huge, and honestly, to be honest with you, this might seem like a nitpick, but you know what, screw it, I might as well just give this a con, make this a big con, and that big con is, like I said, this big glue seal here really looks like it can move, but it cannot. It cannot at all. Zero. It's a glue seal, stiff, like any other glue seal, and it's a shame, because honestly, I get how sometimes on the top it might look like a glue seal, but bottom-wise, no problem, it looks like you can move this, but you cannot. And that is, I'm going to make this a separate con as per the second one, because they're very similar, but I might as well just make the second con a nitpick. But because of the fact that this is, an issue, this glue seal stuff, I really feel like the next con I'd give this guy is that there's only 2 joints of articulation. They could have had 3, if not 4, if they had the head. No, way more actually. In my opinion, they could have the head move from side to side. They could have got rid of this glue seal, had these 2 legs move, just like you have these 2, front legs move. Those are the only joints, by the way. They go 360. But the issue is that I'm not going to count this as a con, but I'm just saying if you were to do it 360, the tip of it would reach the other one, but if you kind of like really push it, you can do it, but that might cause it to break, and I don't want to really do that. But those are really the cons of this figure. Ideally, I'd like to really count all of these really as major flaws. But I guess at the end of the day, it's not that big of an issue. But obviously the articulation thing is an issue, and so in general, I'm gonna rate this guy an 8.3 out of 10. If you're a Spark Doll collector, 8.3 out of 10 is still very good. It's around the 8 out of 10 range, and most certainly, I really feel like it deserves to be picked up. If you're an Ultraman fan, if you, like I said, are a Spark Doll collector, and if you just like collecting these types of figures and kaijus, go right ahead, go and get this figure. It's still a very good figure, despite the fact that I don't like the status with it when it comes to articulation. But that's all I really have to say about this guy. So, hope you enjoyed this review. Like, comment, subscribe. See you guys later, and bye-bye.